Dear student, today we are going to discuss and verify the Bernoulli theorems with experiment. The Bernoulli theorem says that the total energy of a fluid at a particular section of a pipe or in a channel will be constant when there is no frictional losses. The energy is the summation of pressure head P1 upon rho g plus velocity head V1 square upon 2g plus datum head Z1. Okay, it will be the summation of these three components will be constant for at any instant of time for a particular section, and when we are moving to another section then same energy will be obtained by this experiment. You can see here this is the experimental setup for Bernoulli verification, in which this is the pump. You can see here to rise the water in the supply tank, and water comes in the supply tank and then flow through this duct. This is the reducing cross-sectional area up to the throat, and again the cross-sectional area is increasing. Okay, this is made by the phosphorus pentaoxide. This is the special material which is used to reduce the or negligible cross friction in the pipe, because for the verification of Bernoulli theorem it is very necessary that energy should be constant at each and every point of this duct. So the friction should be zero. So special material is used for this duct. Now you can see here there are piezometer tubes which read the pressure head at a particular point. If this piezometer tube is placed here, then this is saying that what is the pressure head at this point, and the second tube pointing out the pressure head this point. Similarly, all these piezometer tubes are reading in the column. This is the height column. You can see the motor is running, the pump is running, and some water level is rising over here, which is showing the pressure head. We take the reading of each individually piezometer. We show the different reading. This reading is showing 17.5. This reading is 17.4. This reading is 17.3. This reading is 17.2, 7.1 and 17. Okay, this is the minimum area, cross-sectional area, in which the column head is reducing. Why this is reducing pressure head? Why this pressure head is reducing? Even still there is no frictional losses, because the cross-sectional area is reducing continuously. So according to the, because the discharge is same, inlet fluid and exit fluid will be same. How much volume is entered in this duct, same amount of water will be discharged over here. So discharge is same here, although the column head, the pressure head reading are different, because the velocity, discharge is the multiply of area into velocity. Area is given for all particular section for piezometer area. So first piezometer tube is placed from this 7.5 centimeter, and the second piezometer 15, and each and every tube is placed after 7.5 centimeter distance. Okay. Pause. As the area reduces, the pressure also reduces, because when the duct size is reduced, the cross-sectional area reduces, the velocity increases and the energy is constant. Velocity will increase, simultaneously the pressure will reduce. Okay, so that's why there I measured with scale the reading. There is deviation, 1 mm deviation in each tube up to this. This is the smallest cross-sectional area. Again, the rise in pressure head, rise in pressure, because the cross-sectional area, as the cross-sectional area increases, the velocity decreases, and simultaneously the pressure increases over here. So that's why in each and every tube, as we are proceeding forward direction, the rise in water level occurring here. Okay, and there will be the 1 mm difference in each and every tube. Now we have to calculate the discharge, that is area into velocity, or we can calculate this by other method, that is by calculating the volume flow rate. How much volume is entering in this collecting tank for suppose 30 second or 45 second or maybe 60 second. So this will give you the discharge. We are calculating the discharge for 30 second with the stopwatch. Now we can calculate the volume flow rate, that is discharge. So we have to measure the volume of water discharging in the collecting tank. The volume is calculated as by multiplying this cross-sectional area, that is 40 into 40 centimeter, and rise in water level. The initially there is no water and now 4.5. There is 4.5 centimeter of water level. Then we multiply and get the volume in centimeter cube, and we convert into the meter cube and divide it with the 30 seconds. That we will get discharge. You can see here cross-sectional area of first piezometer tube 14.67, and distance from inlet of the duct is 7.5 centimeter. Second piezometer tube is from 15 centimeter from inlet point, and cross-sectional area at that point is 13.33. Similarly, all cross-sectional area for the piezometer tube, where the piezometer tube are attached in calculated and mentioned in this table form. Now this is the our observation table. We have taken the reading for first piezometer tube. The pressure head was H, that is P upon rho g. First measured in centimeter, 17.5 for second piezometer tube, 17.4 for third, 17.3, 17.2 for fifth, 17.1, and for sixth, which is the minimum cross-sectional area 17. And then after cross-sectional area is increasing, for which there the pressure head is 17.1, 17.2, up to 11th it will be 17.5. First 5 reading will be same, first 5 reading and last 5 reading will be the same over here, you can say. Okay, now we calculate the discharge, volume flow rate, rise in water level, R into cross-sectional area of the collecting tank upon time calculated in stopwatch. So area is 40 into 40, that is 0.16 meters square, into rise in water level 4.5 centimeter, which is converted into meter, 0.45 meter upon 30 seconds calculated. And this discharge, calculated discharge, with the whole of this discharge we calculate the velocity for a particular piezometer tube. Now we find the total energy at each and every section where the piezometer is attached. For first tube we can calculate the pressure head, the reading was in H, the rise in water level in the piezometer tube. Second, calculated velocity head, we calculated as V equals to Q by area of particular duct. Okay, then we can calculate velocity. Now by adding velocity head and pressure head and datum head, we can calculate the total energy for a particular point. Okay, that total energy we have to calculate 11 times for each piezometer tube. There are 11 piezometer tube in experiment. Okay, there will be the same total energy for each and every point. So this will verify that the energy is conserved. According to Bernoulli theorem, the energy is constant at each and every section in the flowing fluid, and the datum head Z is taken as constant or may be taken as 0, because for the horizontal duct, for each and every point it will be constant